Here's how to earn income on your crypto utilizing ways that does not expose you to crazy risk like some of these people online are promising 8% per month returns. I'm going to share with you why that doesn't exist and how to do it safely in crypto. Just a quick disclaimer, everything in crypto is super risky, especially when you're trying to earn an income on your crypto. There's so many different ways you can lose money, so please be careful. None of this is financial advice, but this is going to be the best way to try and do it without exposing you to the craziness that some of these people online are claiming you can make money really easy. It doesn't exist. That's what I'm going to get into in this video. The only way you can do that is by taking extreme amount of risk that isn't actually probable that you can hold or maintain that sort of return for any period of time. What these people are talking about online when you can make 8% per month is usually when you're adding money to a liquidity pool and you're essentially earning incentives for trading between two tokens, but you never actually hold the token themselves. So let's say you're in a pool with XRP and Ethereum, for an example. You're not actually holding XRP or Ethereum. You're just adding liquidity to this liquidity pool, and you're making money on the trades that go back and forth. But as soon as one of those tokens goes up in price, you don't have exposure to that token. That's what's called impermanent loss. So the idea of making 8% per month is not realistic. All right, you need to be thinking about this, folks. Easy money and making money very easy. Everyone in the world thinks about that question. If it was that easy to make that amount of money, it would not be there, all right? The actual way to make income on your crypto safely is primarily around that 8% to 10% range per year. That's where ideally we want to aim for, all right? And you can do that in so many different ways. The first one is just simply by staking or utilizing your crypto on a proof of stake blockchain like Ethereum or Solana to earn a percentage back by basically being a part of the blockchain and securing the network. All right. So right now, you could earn anywhere between 3 to 10%. On Solana, you're at about 6 to 9%. Ethereum, you can get about 3 to 5% using a platform like Lido. Solana, you can use a platform like Lido. All right, this is essentially where you're just earning rewards on those proof of stake blockchains. All right, lending is where you can utilize something like DeFi or Aava. You can earn sometimes up to 12% on Aava, Compound, even Maple. All right, Maple is an investment that I've been in for a long time. You're essentially just allowing your capital to be lent out and you earn a percentage back. Liquidity providing is what I just spoke about. You can make more percentage returns on some of those liquidity providers or LP. However, impermanent loss is massive and volatility can wipe you out. It's where so many people lose a lot of money. There's also things like yield farming, which is similar to liquidity pools. Again, there's high gas fees, there's rug pools. It's just the absolute Wild West. I'll stay well clear from that. Anyone selling you the dream on that, it is ultimately not that easy. The other one as well I would talk about is just under, holding your crypto on a centralized exchange like Coinbase or Binance. Sometimes you can earn up to 4, 5, even 8% on some of these platforms. What these major exchanges do is just similar to a bank where they just basically use your liquidity to then lend out, all right? Or they're just being able to earn interest on those assets. Remember that a lot of crypto doesn't actually generate income or cash flow. These are not dividend or cash flow generating assets. You have to take some sort of risk to earn a reward back on these tokens, all right? It's not a natural income generating play within crypto. The other thing as well that I just mentioned, that when you're looking at something like DeFi, Maple is a perfect example of that. You can put your assets into different things, whether it be like Syrup has this amazing stablecoin pool. You can earn up to 8% on that. You can also flip it into some of their yields on Bitcoin, ETH, even RWA pools. My pro tip whenever doing any of this is I would usually split your investments and have different portions across different chains and different protocols so you're managing your risk, all right? So if you're wanting to earn, let's say, $10,000 a month on your investments, ultimately to generate that sort of level, you're going to need somewhere in the realm of $1 million to 1.5 million in these protocols to earn back that 10% per year. All right, that's ultimately what we're looking at, or even 8%. So if you can earn up to $120,000 a year, I'd probably be looking to have at least 1 million, 1.2 in, basically in these protocols to earn that passively back. I would probably utilize stable coins on a mix of, Binance or even Aava. You can split stable coins there to earn that, sometimes again up to 8%. On the stablecoin side, and then your major tokens, when you're staking or utilizing something like Ethereum or Solana, you're holding the token itself. So for an example, let's say you're earning 8% on Ethereum, all right, you're holding and getting those rewards back in Ethereum. So if Ethereum doesn't go up in price, well, you're essentially just earning more Ethereum that's going down. That's where stablecoins come in really handy, because you're just earning rewards back in a stablecoin that you can then go and spend. All right, so I'd probably split it between stablecoins, major tokens. Ultimately, again, you need to also understand on the pro tip side that income is usually treated as a tax income level. So you also need to be aware that even if you're earning that $10,000 a month, right, you're going to be paying tax on that as well, depending on where you're located. You can also do this, especially on the DeFi side and staking. You can do this on your hardware wallet. So Ledger offers some pretty great, ability to do that. However, they take a clip. So if you're going to go straight into protocols like Lido to stake your Ethereum, you'll get usually the full rewards. All right. However, if you're going to use something like a Ledger or a hardware wallet, it is easier for you to do it, but they're going to take a clip. So as always, there's risks involved with everything, but the big thing here, especially when you're seeing these crazy, like earning 8% per month, realistic passive yields in crypto is somewhere between 5 and 15% per year. 8% per month is wild, and you are going to enter the world of impermanent loss. And that is a concept that essentially, as I mentioned at the start, is where you don't hold the token anymore. It's not like you hold money in the bank and you earn interest on top. That is not how that works. You are adding liquidity to a pool where you earn a percentage of the trades that go back and forth. And as soon as one of those tokens goes up or down and you lose out on that volatility, you don't have exposure to the token. You do have the ability to lose a lot of money. All right. So just be careful of that. Anyone promising these crazy returns, it's not realistic. This is how you do it safely. If you want our help, and we do sort of step-by-step guides on all of this, including live trainings, we do this in our Platinum program. Make sure you chat to one of our member growth team to sort out how we do that. We actually help you whether you're a beginner, with your experience, wherever you are in crypto. We do step-by-step guides for this, and we're just about to do a live session with our clients to help with all the questions. So if you're interested in that, remember, head over to our member growth team, have a chat. But free money and guaranteed money do not exist in any market in the world.